Global greetings, friends, and welcome to Let's Talk About It with Danelle Boyles coming to you from the US. I like to call these little eye opener conversations of ours 10-minute talks as we hit key points on important topics in a compacted conversational format that's easy to digest. In our 10 minutes today, we are talking for a few on some chat and expand time on how to cultivate a thankful mindset. So come and join me and let's talk about it. Today I have joining me Miles of Sesame on this conversation. Hi, Miles. How are you today? Excellent. Oh, it's been pretty good. Typical Tuesday, day in, day out. Same old. I'd like to say same old, but it's always a little bit different. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Right. Can I interest you in joining me for a 10-minute conversation today on Let's Talk About It? We're bringing to the table today how to cultivate a thankful mindset. Hmm. Right. And it can honestly be something that is, a daily habit, a daily task. And I think that's probably what we want to visit and dive into today is, if individuals find themselves having difficulty with recognizing those moments or glimpses and glimmers of gratitude throughout their typical daily routine. How easy is it to cultivate a thankful mindset and bringing yourself into awareness of actually doing that and implementing it? Mm, right. I think they are truly, and that is something in life and the human experience that I adore is the little things. We want to have gratitude for the big things and happenings and gifts in our lives, but the small stuff is so important because those glimmers are gifts in our everyday life that break up the monotony of the sameness and the taste of coffee, how a flower looks that's unexpectedly growing in a place where it's not supposed to be, or one of my favorites is the way dewdrops settle on leaves whenever it's freshly fallen rain. Right. Right. Hmm. Yeah, I think so. Too busy, too occupied with, what's next, what is occurring that is, stealing their attention. But it's also not just about, seeing those glimmers, but it's also when you experience an unexpected gift from someone or, a surprise in your day, like, I don't know, a free cup of coffee from a stranger or, finding a dollar on the sidewalk. You have to appreciate those small things. Right. I think that's the key is, the unexpected and feeling the gratitude in those unexpected moments. Mhm. Yeah. For some individuals, it's a natural gift, and it is generally, I observe that it's individuals who maybe have experienced a lot of struggles in life, or they've overcome, um, you know, great, great, traumas or bad experiences, or perhaps they have lived in poverty and they've experienced what it's like to look forward to those glimmers, and so they have a natural innate concept that they are looking for those smaller things that stand out in the day. But there are individuals who just are naturally more of a concept of a positive thinker. Right. I feel like you can, and it's just a matter of the practice of self observation and recognizing when you're overlooking the good parts. And whenever you do that, you become more aware of your habits and how you respond and react, or, um, you know, consciously become aware of what you might be overlooking, or maybe not even overlooking, but not appreciating. Mm. Right. True. For many, this is the reasoning behind it. Hmm. Mhm. I feel like it is a byproduct of the world we live in, but you can cultivate the that change in mindset by taking it's kind of like utilizing neuro linguistics whenever you're wanting to change a behavior or adapt a new habit. It's consciously being aware of your habits and then integrating new habits or new awareness into your routine. Yes, absolutely. Mm. There's a fine line on that because there does come a point that you have to actively make yourself become aware of the good parts, even in the most dire, difficult situations. And to take into consideration an individual who is homeless, that owns nothing but the clothes on their back and doesn't know where their meal is going to come from. Having an individual to come along that has the opportunity to be able to afford to buy them a meal so that they can eat, that is the type of mindset that is necessary to become an overcomer and to become part of of the glimmer club. I guess, to be able to see those things. Right. Yeah. And it's not necessarily toxic positivity, but I feel like it is something that's necessary in order to be able to navigate and landscape the type of life that you want to experience. Yeah, right. Yeah, and there's a big difference between that and toxic positivity, you know? That is the type of person that already has, a pretty good life, and they're bebopping around, you know, projecting extreme positivity, like, on everyone, that everything is, sunshine and rainbows and perfect, and, there's a big difference there. So if someone is looking. I'm sorry, what? Right. And that is a very large concept, is that, um, it is wonderful to have those practices. But when you look at the difference between an individual who has had survival struggle and overcoming, it's a different outtake than an individual who has actually, lived, the good life, and is trying to make the other individuals who have not, to see it from their point of view when they don't have the point of view from the other concept. Right. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, exactly. Mhm. Right. Oh, yeah, perhaps. Yeah. There you. Hmm. Yes, I agree. So you pretty much just answered my closing question. As far as, like, any extended words for individuals who are looking to cultivate a thankful mindset. And so a gratitude journal is a great thing to have, and you can do that digitally or, manually with an actual pen and paper. But, it's not something that you have to practice in that aspect. You can do it just mentally as well, and just taking the time to have that, gratitude every day. All right, Miles, I think we're going to have to wrap it up, sir. I'm sorry, we're coming upon 13 minutes, and I'd like to keep these brief so that they're easily, digested in, brief conversations. But I thank you, as always, for joining me. Thanks, Miles. All right, good. There you have it. As always, thank you for joining us, and I hope you take away some wonderful growth and expansion from our conversation. And remember to take those moments, for gratitude every day, and, become part of the Glimmer Club, and let them be the spotlight in your day. But keep learning and expanding those minds, hearts, and horizons. And until next time, namaste. Namaste, Miles. Thank you. Take care, everyone. I am. Thank you. Bye. Later.